Alright, let's jump right in. Then right in. Gotta get this done. Let's try that. And then I think I start practicing that. Let's go ahead and grab my gem. Let's try to fix this again. Oh, never mind, I did that already. Last time. I remember last time getting lucky RNG for the 20 and 20. Yeah. Oh, let's go back to the 141. 13th try onwards. And yeah, last time was 19%. But I did get the 20% there, except this one was 90%. I finally got the 20%. Probably try this one instead, actually. Because I need to set things up. Felt good enough. Guess I can just go for a few more. There we go. Just a few points. I guess this is a good warm-up. I remember why it was difficult already. Yellow Elite. That's not good. Let's keep moving, actually. I think the map says for itself I need to keep moving. Yeah, the amount of scavengers were really good there earlier, but now it's just yeah. Okay, 72. That elite is okay. I actually got it to half or close to half. That's pretty nice. Is this teleporter? Okay, it's not, but for some reason it felt like a teleporter.
If only they could see me now.
Okay, that's pretty bad. Don't even know how I can play twisters properly, honestly. They just went way too far. Yeah, they went way too far. I should have pulled them all the way here, I guess, but it's just too much.
I need healing. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, it's just so. Yeah, that's so annoying. Failed that twisters because I wanted to hope that they would spin properly, and then they didn't. Yeah, this is 14's really bad. 14's try really bad. Soul Lashers is super painful with a blue elite to start. Blue elite to start is okay, but map is terrible. Soul Lashers is painful, but then at least you get the progress that you want from Soul Lashers. Except it's super painful, so you just... And I don't know if this is the big layout. It's looking like a medium right now. And then
Still waiting.
it's hurting so much. I did get kills, so I have, a reasonable amount of damage. Is the exit? No, it's the not. Okay.
Not ready yet. Just warming up. Still waiting.
Guess this is the only reason why it gets frustrating. It reminds me of the Cold Impale, where the progress bar is annoying me so much that unless I get a really nice start, I'm gonna get annoyed.
Defenses are nothing.
And it's not just like fishing or something. I'm talking about like just the progress bar itself. When it doesn't look good, I just completely turn off. That's why I like Fire Impale so much, because more than half the time at least you actually feel like you're, making progress on the progress bar. I know that the progress bar comes back on like, other builds where you get like 30% back. Yes, I get it. The problem is this build you can't even sit there to get that 30. Okay, it's good I move. Okay. This build, unless you play
If only they could see me
the
now.
orb way, you're likely not gonna be able to sit there forever. Because it's nice, but have to like find another way to get this. Okay, I think this is the geysers setup, but chargers are a little bit rough on any of the effects really. All of them are charged. And then once I got the chargers, I don't see, any elites. I mean, elites density.
Still waiting. Heal me. If my old masters could see me now.
Yeah, did I get, how many did I get? Maybe the 2 yellow elites. Yeah, I got the 2 yellow elites. Okay, I think. Speed, of course. Okay. This,
Need more time.
pretty sure it felt like I got the 2 yellow elites. Because they're not there, except the minions.
You dare attack me.
Okay, this is the
Not ready yet.
amount for the 200.
Need more time. If only they could see me now.
I actually got that speed pylons one, I think. Shield. Okay. I think I need to reset. Yep, I need to reset. What's the next follow-up? Oof, man. I'll reset. Okay. This is a really immobile one. I guess I have to bring the bats over here.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Okay. It spun quite good. That's fine, I guess. Okay. Double check. Ah, that the bat didn't die.
Still waiting.
Do I have enough for geysers here? 33. Ah, this is bad.
How does that feel? I need healing.
Nope, they didn't. They didn't land there.
Not ready yet.
They didn't land. Follow up is bad. Fourteenth try was close. Could have played the twisters better, I guess. But the problem is the twisters would not hit the more of the Mallet Lord, which is nicer to hit the Mallet Lord if the twisters were in the corner, so that's why I did it. And it worked out for the Mallet Lord, except the bats didn't catch on. So when the bats didn't catch on, it's basically over because any bonus that I needed was the bats basically. And then for this one, now I got face beasts, yes, but the toughest part is the Lacuni Huntresses. In addition to the elite affixes.
I need healing. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, like
I am so good. I astound myself.
I don't even know if I can get the 50 damage on exactly them.
I must wait longer. I grow weak.
Ah, barely. Yeah, barely. Not good enough.
I need to
Okay,
go back.
next. Right. 15th try. Okay. Battle Swarms and a blue.
Still waiting.
2 blues. Really hot blue. Not enough Battle Swarms that I can see. Lucky Desolate Sands for a little.
Not ready yet. I am unstoppable.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now I need to prepare for the next play. Okay. Field. Okay, that's interesting. I get 4 elites here. I think 4 is
Need more time.
decent. But the bigger issue is not the 4, it's the getting. Okay, 5. The problem is getting the twister count.
Your defenses are nothing.
Okay. Coming back.
Still waiting. I am unstoppable.
Hmm. I guess I just have to sit here. Because I need a few more. And I try to bring them into a super corner. Well, a spot that the twisters could hit more often. Okay, I think that's. I gotta like start hiding this so that I can make the next progress. Can't just sit there. Which is why I went this way just now and left a bit of the.
Not ready yet. I need healing.
And I knew that was gonna backfire too as soon as the shield went out. That's the other reason why I didn't want to risk. Did the other... Okay. About to say.
I am stronger still.
Nice, I got that newer one. So, good. Okay. Okay.
I'm just warming up.
Oof.
I need healing. I've been healing.
Okay. Uh, Tried, tried to get as much as I could on that one. Now it's the follow-ups that would mess this up.
Still waiting. Not ready yet.
Should be no need here, right?
Astound
Oh,
myself.
chairs. So hard to play.
Need more time.
I mean, it was nice that they're in the corner, but that's more for twisters and geysers.
You dare attack me?
Yep. Okay, next. Okay, so I have to... It's really nice. I might just reset, actually, I think. Or I can get to 500. Ah, this 62 is too soon, right? Yeah, 62 is too soon.
I'm injured. I am so good. I astound
If it
myself.
was like at 78%, I would have...
Nicely done.
Okay. No way I can pull that though. Yes, but
Still
they
waiting.
they gotta follow like a lot. The exit. Is there another elite here that I can take? Okay. This will be a little...
If only they could see me now.
was pretty good.
Need more time.
Just need the next little bit to be decent enough. Hmm.
I'm not ready yet.
It's tricky. Very tricky. The monster type is really painful and nasty. Power, okay. I think I gotta risk it.
Still waiting.
But my issue is not even that. Like, what do I do after?
Need more
I mean, I
time.
need to stack the...
You dare attack me? I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to just speed up for the...
Unstoppable.
My issue is the...
I am so good. I astound myself.
Yeah, this 1% is gonna be annoying.
I wish I could do that.
Okay. Nope. Didn't give me an ads boss,
I must wait longer.
so... That's not good. I mean, not a correct ads. It has ads, but the only good news is that this at least gives me arcane power and crit somewhat, but it's a moving one, so it doesn't
Not
work.
ready yet.
Sadness.
I wish I could do that. I need arcane power. I don't have enough arcane power. I'm badly wounded. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I knew that I was gonna take the power for this time, and then the problem is I got close on this one, but just not the right.
Need more arcane power.
I'll just finish it, I guess, even though it's
I
really
must wait
annoying.
longer. I don't have enough arcane power.
Or can I even finish it? It's like... Yeah, I can finish it. This was closer, barely.
I need to go back.
This was closer. But my issue was the
Ancients would be proud.
I didn't think I could get any better.
1548. It's closer. Change tries 1548. Far. So okay.
Use my skill.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be ancient trifecta, elemental trifecta. It's too much to ask. Yeah, it's not ancient on the bottom left. Not even ancient, that one.
Embrace your power.
16th try. Red Fallen. Let's go next and check. That's close, I guess, that one. I lost some time, that it was a Channeling Pylon, I think. Also earlier.
No.
Okay. This... I guess this is okay, but
Still waiting.
they're like a little slow to build. Basically needing my own damage to build.
Need more time. How does that feel?
And then the other problem is by the time I do that, I don't have enough effects on the elite packs.
I'm just warming up.
Yep. I mean, it's good that they follow easily, but the bad news is I'm not at 50 again.
I'm just help me. I wish I could do that.
Okay. At least I got a little bit of it. They're channeling, 8% channeling. a very big play, I guess, if it even works. Be super overwhelming, I think. Okay. The problem is I was playing the twisters. And then I missed the geysers because I was messing around with the twisters. So I didn't get what I needed from it.
Need more time.
I mean, I got the break even, but it was I was playing between the geysers or the twisters more than the geysers. This is a bad follow-up. Can I play here? Possibly. There's so much time to do everything on this one for like no elite packs now.
Still waiting.
It's like just density.
I need healing.
That's like super painful.
I must wait longer.
Yeah, it's too painful.
I wish I could do that.
I mean, I did it, but okay. Conduit there. 31% conduit.
Need more time.
But for what? Okay, one.
I never imagined.
Probably just one. What is the follow-up? Because it's really far. Okay, it's really far. Might have to set this up actually. Oh gosh, it's Ice Porcupines. So basically too much for the conduit to do anything of value. I mean, I knew that I was gonna rip there at some point.
Still waiting. Your defenses are nothing. If only they could see me now.
And of course, one of them dodges most of the effects.
Not ready yet.
And then this is too much for the twisters.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Still waiting. Your grave awaits.
barely make it.
If only they could see me now.
Okay. Surprisingly. Surprisingly.
Need more time.
Finally got the one until I say something bad. Right. I almost didn't get the twisters to do anything. I mean the geysers as well, in fact. It was really difficult because I had to like ensure my conduit was gonna like move enough and not like activate the twisters too quickly either on the reset from rip, and it was just really rough. Oh, there was another elite on the left here too. Wow. But that's just hindsight and too greedy at that point. Wow, there's like so many here. Now, the bad news is I don't need these things and I have too much. So
Heal me.
I just need to get the Ice Porcupines and be done.
Nicely done.
The Rift Guardian has found.
Okay. positioning caught the necklace. Moves because I moved much. Okay, got it.
I don't
Gotcha.
have enough arcane power.
Back to top 200. Come on. Suddenly I procced a from a random click of a like a clickable, and then I spawned a skeleton right as I didn't have any other thing. Oof. That was that was a rough uh power pylon to play considering because I wasn't even ready with the positioning of where you should play the twisters, either like along this alleyway or like in a nook like this. It was rough to see. Yeah, it was an unexpected clear, to be honest. I mean I did play greedy like well what happened was I before I played the conduit, right? Before I played the conduit, I mean getting a conduit is amazing, but it wasn't like a good conduit. It wasn't. Like this conduit had no value. Well, it had enough value, but not enough value for a conduit play in the sense of a conduit where you actually want the conduit to help you accelerate as well. It did get two elite packs slowly, but it was very dangerous to get too much kills uh on the way, especially right here. So there were too much here, so I had to dodge away when I saw the conduit because then it would affect the play, and then I had to check the next floor, which was Ice Porcupine, and Ice Porcupine is really good for the progress bar. But you also need to play your own damage, and then even after that, the Ice Porcupines there were just too little. Um, so what happens with Ice Porcupine is that unless you get the really like painful version of the graveyard, Ice Porcupine Graveyard is actually very tame. So what happens with having a tame graveyard is that it is the opposite of what you want if you want to play the kill streaks with the effects. So with the effects, you want a graveyard that's actually heavy enough, but it's not like painful where you keep chain dying, obviously. So and then even before this conduit, I had to like think if this Arreat creator was gonna work by any means, and it wasn't up until I saw the conduit. So the conduit did save it a little bit, but then it affected the whole gameplay of the next um, kill streak situation, where the conduit was going to like overkill before I find any elites, and sure enough, I did find like three or four or whatever was in here that I wasn't expecting this to be a clear at all. I like Ice Porcupines, but like this season, it's just too rough to build your own damage unless you've already worked on your Paragons, right? Or you're playing the build that has a lot of burst damage, especially for density, anyways. That you can play Ice Porcupine yourself. And so I took this power thinking that, well, I have to like get the 100 quickly because the conduit was useless in a sense for this floor. Um, which it was useless and not useless at the same time because it would have like accelerated the twisters too fast, too quickly. And then I wanted a position for the twisters, and this today I didn't plan geysers very well at all. Like the first 13 and 14th try, I didn't play the geysers at all. Like not well enough. I keep trying. I'm too mentally focused on getting the elite pack back into the twisters, or like at least get the twisters back. Except for that Mallet Lord that I actually somehow managed to get down to like 2% or 3% health remaining. But other than that, the twisters today wasn't great up until this one. And I would say I barely had enough time. Had it been a harder um, Rift Guardian, because I already used the power pylon, and then I needed a Rift Guardian that doesn't move. And luckily, Vesalius moves, but it's only moving if you're moving, compared to like a lot of the other Rift Guardians. Now, of course, um, like I was thinking to avoid the moving too much would have been obviously if you had a different Rift Guardian, right? And I was close enough to do it, right? Is to move the whatever Rift Guardian I have here. But it also depends on which kind of Rift Guardian it is, to where you're now putting a Rift Guardian and yourself into a bad pocket as well. In the case of bad like Rift Guardian affixes and whatnot, so you end up making it worse. Outside of trapping the Rift Guardian like over here. Now, for Blood Maw or something, this is ideal, for example. But like the meteors also get, like unless you funnel correctly, the some of the meteors. Yeah. So Vesalius was actually reasonable, especially for this map, because you can also use the terrain, um like like corners, even though it's not like the best to do that because you're also losing damage on certain spots. But luckily meteors have like a random hit zone that it still helps to stack the stricken, and that's where the stricken is a backup, right? If you cannot play the angels, um quote unquote, consistently, which I'm not a consistent Angels player, as I already messed up like several times. Uh, the last time I tried doing Angels specifically, or what have you, is that I end up going Angels too quickly, which means that the Meteor build has the damage, but the problem is that you have to reset, and then if you reset, then you rely on the follow-up maps to give you the right one, the right monster types, in order to rebuild to 500 again. And but that by that point, you basically lose time, because you might not get even the Conduit pylon to actually help you to get back on track on the progress bar. So you need the Conduit just to like balance, and that's where this Conduit was just a balancing act. And I had to, you know, juggle between using the Conduit for elites only, just so it can give me the time lead without too much of a progress that it would get into the effects that I want effects to land on an Ice Porcupine graveyard. And that is the most trickiest part out of this one, where I didn't expect a clear at all. I actually did not expect this to be a clear. I also did not expect myself to play the Twisters and Geysers especially properly, because I was not in a good position um earlier. I got close. I got close to getting them into position over here, like around here. If the Twisters was around here, would have been better. The Twisters actually got here. I mean the central effects, uh, I got close enough to where they piled on, and that the power pylon actually helped me alongside my area damage. So it was like both the power pylon and the splash that generated enough, and the twisters actually like stayed around, and then when they floated left, I was still in the vicinity. But as they were floating left, because the elites were, you know, driving this way, right? They were driving towards the right side, so they were getting hit as well. I mean, I got to rewatch the VOD for that because I did not expect that to happen. Like, I don't know how I got this spot to work with twisters, geysers, and whatever. It was like a fluke when I saw the progress bar. I I was like, the progress bar was like 5 minutes. I was like, well, approximation of 5 minutes. I, I was like, I was like, okay. I mean, it's now for me to lose, and I kind of like semi jinxed it also, because I was so happy to see the progress bar like that. But I also knew that it might not work if had it been a more moving Rift Guardian. So anyway, that was like, yeah, it suddenly, I mean, again, the conduit was just like, okay, fine, I got the conduit finally. It did help. The power is helpful, but then it's too early. I usually try to use the power pylon as a like a the usual 99% backup strat, backward power pylon play, right? But I saw it and I was like, well, if it's Ice Porcupines, I might not find enough elite packs anyway, so I'll just take it and start clearing, because Ice Porcupine gives progress, right? And obviously, it had to do with the Ice Porcupines as well, because the elite packs I wasn't expecting to kill, um, from the effects, because I was probably mispositioning myself also, especially the geysers today. And so the whole thing was that luckily there were enough ice porcupines that followed me through this region, I think, which ice porcupines don't necessarily follow enough. So it was like a fluke in a sense where this specific square, central intersection square, was so like compacted that it gave me like 5 minutes, I think it was. And then it was for me to play to lose outside of Rift Guardian RNG. Because, I mean, I can check what the next floor is. I mean, obviously the monster type I wouldn't know now, but okay. So it was for me to lose. It was for me to lose in a sense that this might have worked had it been, you know, better than Ice Porcupines. So this was it. This was it. The only other problem was the Rift Guardian RNG. And in this case, Vesalius is actually um build dependent, where if you didn't have enough shields, uh or enough tankiness, you're gonna make Vesalius move because you move. So it ended up being like better than the Stone Singer, for example. Although Stone Singer in this situation for Graveyard, uh you have spots that you can play Stone Singer. Um, it's just that you have to like find things, like for example, like over here. But you have to like hope that your so well you have to put Stone Singer like right here, and then you have to be like diagonally across, and you have to do it like this, for example, right? You see how tricky this is? Like You have to use obstacles to your advantage for Stone Singer. And this is the like one of the ways that you can play this, but it's just like very situationally line of sight where you don't always think on like think clearly when when you start panicking, right? And so the issue was that had it been a worse Rift Guardian, I would have probably panicked as well because I would have been pessimistic, right? And panicking. So like this is like obviously now it's comfortable to like realize like to tell like how you can manipulate the map, right? And that's a lot of people who push manipulate the exits and entrances usually. Usually it's those ones because you end up playing the ideal maps or something, and the ideal maps are more open, right? Versus something like this. And so what it comes down to is that when it's when there are obstacles, it's about line of sight and practice, and this is like a good spot, I guess, because of how the meteor is impacting, right? Like this. So had it been Stone Singer, this might have worked. But again, you don't really want a moving Rift Guardian. So anyway, it was cool that I got that done. And while talking, I actually fell a rank already. Wow, that's yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was 197, right? I don't know. I think it was 197. But yeah, that was cool that I got the 141 finally. Finally though. 15th try, 15, 16, 15. I think it was 15. 15th try. Eh, Not 100. That was great. That was great. Oh, it's not good. Yeah, this is when it's not good. Okay, I had to go for the trapped, even though the Zeiss would have been nicer. But I I have to like make sure I'm caught up on the gem ranks, so I had to try for the 142 there
You must choose my
just to make this useful enough. But yeah, this was great.
I need to go back.
Finally got it.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
I didn't think I could get any better.
And then of course the time looks like I have a lot of time, right? But like if it was a worse off Rift Guardian, it would have gone even closer. Wow. I randomly mouse over this and it's a 300%. This is like before cute recipe page 11. This would be like amazing. I mean, it's still not the top 1% in terms of like primary stats wise, but it's fun. It was fun. Ooh, even this 1.5. Hmm. Even this.
I have watched you for some time now, and I would have you know that I am impressed.
Well, you've slain a fair number of foes yourself.
Your prowess is undeniable, but I meant you are a strong man who stands for what is right.
That is odd coming from a criminal.
I can be wrong on the details, like who owns this jewel or that coin.